Look out, everybody. It's Deadpool shenanigans here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
I actually talked first. Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's a few days after Christmas, but we're here with having a fun, still doing our Christmas season-y kind of thing. Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, the most Christmasist of the two of us, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom land. So why am I the most Christmas at this?
Because your birthday was yesterday too. So
yes, yesterday was my
happy birthday. Oh, I should have gotten that.
That would have been funny.
Should have got that out. We're talking about Frosty the Snowman. He would always go, "Happy birthday."
Frosty was probably he was one of my favorites of that style. I know that one was the more animated of those specials. What was it? What'd you say, Megan?
Rankin and Bass.
Rankin and Bass, yes. Is that one actually Rankin and Bass? So why don't you look that up?
I don't think
that's
it is.
Actually. I don't think it is, because I think all the Rankin and Bass ones are the stop motion animation.
Claymation.
Yeah. Well, it's not really claymation. They're more puppets, I think. I think.
Don't know. I don't remember.
You got a dog whining? Wow.
Do.
Usually it's my dog making noises.
Yeah. It's my dog. And
That's all right. Last week, my dog made an appearance, so. No problem.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is Rankin Bass.
Is it really? So Megan Tito says it's Rankin Bass.
Cool. Okay. It's just the cartoon animated version of it, I guess.
Right.
Got it.
Frosty was always one of my favorite ones. I really looked forward to that one when I was a kid. It was
Frosty the Snowman. Yes. Well, hey, everybody, we've got a jam-packed show today because we are talking about Deadpool versus Santa Claus. It's a 2018 comic book. It's actually Deadpool number 7, so it wasn't like a one shot or anything. So it's part of their regular storyline kind of thing. So we're here to talk about it and have a fun discussion of that. But I guess what we need to do is, did you have geeky news today?
Yeah. Let's jump into the geeky news.
Okay,
I'll let you do it. All right.
Oh, we got Megan in the show too. I'm learning. Hey, everybody.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
All I was going to say is, for the geeky news, I really have Rippaverse news. I did share this on the Facebook page yesterday.
Yes.
I try not to always do the same thing in our news on the show that I do on the Facebook page, but this was a big enough announcement that I think it justifies being on both the show and the Facebook page. But yesterday, Rippaverse did their first Rippaverse showcase. And yes, there it is. Showcasing what they have upcoming in the year of 2025 and beyond, is what Eric July had said. And do they give some stuff on the website?
So this is on the website. So I guess you can watch the video of the showcase on the website.
Nice. Or you can see it on YouTube, either one. I was hoping maybe they had some highlights or something. Anyway, so he's got a ton of stuff coming out in 2025. I think I need to get a second job. So he's got, if I can even remember everything that he's got coming out, Alpha Core 2 is coming out, ISOM 3 is coming out, Yaira 2 is coming out, the new character, which I cannot say her name, geez, I don't know how to say her name, who was introduced in Ripazine 2. She's getting her own book, which that looks really good. I really like the story in Ripazine 2. She's kind of a private detective, almost a James Bond type sort of thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. Are you scrubbing through it?
I was trying to, but it's going to be hard to do. Go ahead. Keep going, though.
Yeah, sure. The Soska sisters are getting each a single book.
Okay.
So Jen is getting the character, was it Sylvie, or I can't think of what her name is. She's the Japanese character, and she kind of describes it as a Japanese horror style book, which sounds pretty interesting. And then Sylvia Soska is getting the other character. Both these characters were introduced in ISOM 1, and that the other one is Michael, whatever his last name is. He's always featured in the Ripazine as the, what is it, the lifestyles thing. And Zalen, yeah, that looks interesting. Zalen looks like a cool character, almost a Superman-ish Thor looking guy.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one too. That looks really good.
He's better than Space
he's got
Ghost. Yeah, sorry, I'm just kidding.
Space Ghost. Space Ghost coast to coast. So he's got tons of announcements. I would really recommend checking out the video. A lot of cool things. Oh, there's Gooding. So apparently we're getting Gooding too. He's coming back. So save up your pennies.
Right.
Because if you're collecting Rippaverse, it's going to cost you some bucks this year. That's for sure.
We should do a reaction to this whole thing.
Ooh, yes.
That probably cool. Should do that. Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, keep going.
That's all I got.
That's all you got on Geeky News?
That's all I got on Geeky News.
All right. Oh, you know what I didn't add for us?
What?
I did not add for us our all right. Anyway, so that's
all right. We can go on to Geekdar without
playing the thing. Okay, everybody, we are headed to Geekdar.
All right. So we're in the bloops, swoops, sweeps, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
whatever the great Michael Winslow says in his line.
Yes.
Anyway, so I got a few things that are appropriate for Geekdar for Christmas.
Nice.
So I got Invincible book 3.
Nice. So you've got 1, 2, and 3 now, right?
No. 4.
4. Okay.
And 5.
So 3, 4, 5.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Nice.
And I think that's current. I think that's all there is.
That's all there was at Barnes & Noble.
Right, at Barnes & Noble.
Nice.
And then yesterday, my lovely wife got me a Christmas present from Barnes & Noble.
No, it was a birthday present.
Oh, yeah, a birthday present. I'm sorry. Got me a birthday
I cannot imagine your world where, because Christmas and your birthday are so close together.
And it is what it is.
Yeah.
I've dealt with it all my life. So, but she got me the new Batman novel by John Jackson Miller,
who responded on your Facebook post. Did you see that?
He sure did. Yes, I did. he liked my post and told me to enjoy. So,
Yeah.
and we've had John on the show before a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think we had him on to talk about Kenobi.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
And we kind of talked about a lot of his different works. He's a really nice guy. So go back and check out that episode. That was a fun episode. Other than that, so we went out to eat for that's all I did on my birthday is eat.
Nice.
We went out to Red Robin for lunch. Yum. Gotta say yum. We went there for lunch, had a great lunch, and then for dinner we went out to Olive Garden. And the fun thing about that was, so we're sitting there and we're talking and just getting our food and stuff, and we overhear the next table, a family at the next table, say that they were out celebrating their son's birthday. And I turned and looked. I said, "Wait a minute, it's your birthday?" And he says, "Yeah." I said, "Today's your birthday?" And he says, "Yeah." I said, "Today's my birthday too." And I said, "But I'm a little bit older than you." So. And then last year, Brendan and I went to a place called Dogwood. It's kind of a Dave and Buster's type place.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so they got like video games and and food and a bar and then they got what they call the beer wall, which is pretty freaking amazing. So you just go start your tab and then they give you a card and you take the card and you put it on whatever tap that you want beer from. And then you get charged by the ounce, but hey, it is what it is. So you can try
all these different kind of beers from all over.
Right. Yeah. There's several different types of beers that you can try. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, so Brendan and I went there last year for my birthday, and the table near us, the family there, they were celebrating their daughter's birthday. And get this, she was 3 years old. So I went over and I commented and I was like, "Wait a minute, so it's your birthday?" And she's like, "Yes." I says, "How old are you?" And they said, "She's 3." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, today's my birthday and I'm 50 years older than you." So.
Oh gosh, that's pretty funny. Well, happy too, by the way. I mean, it's only comes once a year.
Thank God.
So was any beer there you tried that was better than the others that you really liked, or how many beers did you try?
That was last year. I probably just had a couple. I didn't have much. This year I didn't have anything to drink. Diet Coke.
Nice.
It was funny because the family next to us this year at Olive Garden, the dad, he looked at me and said, "What are you drinking?" And he says, "I'll buy you your next drink." And I says, No, that's good. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you, but I don't need it. So yeah. His dad wanted to buy me a drink. Yep. So that was cool. Oh, and one other fun fact about December 27th birthdays. December 27th, I share a birthday with Raja the elephant, who was born at the St. Louis Zoo in 1989, the year we graduated. Unfortunately, Raja has been sent to, I believe, Cincinnati Zoo. They studded him out. So, they pimped him out. Yeah, apparently they didn't have any other male elephants at the Cincinnati Zoo, and so they needed a stud to go over there. So
he got his own. He got sent to Cincinnati for his own elephant harem. If there's no other,
exactly. But I was sad because I was like, "Oh man, now Raja's gone," and I shared my birthday with Raja. I always thought
that's fun.
Cool, so
that's fun.
All right, that's the last fun fact I have about my birthday.
Okay, cool beans. Well, so on our Geekdar, I watched a couple of movies with Kelly. So we've been kind of hankering down watching these movies. And last night we watched Caddo Lake, or Yeah, Caddo, Caddo Lake, and it has Dylan. Oh, what's his name? Dylan. I really like him.
What'd you say, Megan?
I said Sprouts.
No, he was an American Assassin. He was in Maze Runner. He was in Love and Monsters.
I saw the first Maze Runner. Brendan and I went and seen that in the theater, and I was not impressed with that movie.
Yeah, it's
The
a
book's-
book. Yeah. The book is much more betterer.
Cheers.
Mhm. So,
Dylan O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien, thank you. He did a really good job acting the movie, but it is a slow burn at the beginning. The first half super slow.
Real.
Yeah. So,
How many
Really?
Steven skips?
well, I was watching with Kelly, so I don't get to do Steven skips when my wife is there. So, but I
So
would
wait a minute.
have.
What you're telling me is, anytime we do something for the show, I should make sure that Kelly watches it with you. That way you don't Steven skip.
Right. So the funny thing is so
I'll send her a text next time.
right. Make sure he doesn't do any Steven skips. But everything was needed. It was so slow because it wanted you to catch what was happening, because about halfway through it picks up, and it picks up a pace, and you don't know what's going on. That's the hard part about it. You're like, what in the world is happening? And then it picks up and you're like, okay, oh, interesting. And then, oh, interesting. And, oh, interesting. And then at the end of the movie, you're like, no, wait a minute. Who's who and what's what? You know, Kelly even looked it up online to kind of get the ending explained, one of those ending explained kind of things, because
Gotcha.
it is a unique, I bet the story is probably better, or the book is probably better, but it was, it wasn't a bad movie. It was slow, but when you get to the end, you needed that slow parts to build the characters and stuff. And so I don't want to spoil it for anybody. If I talk further, I'll spoil it. And
Was
because
it a long movie?
it's like an hour and a half.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
only wondering because, I recently watched Kevin Costner's new movie.
Horizon,
Yeah, I think that's it. The Western.
the Western, the one he
The
stopped
one he
in
left.
Yellowstone.
Yeah, the one he left Yellowstone for.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see it because I was curious. I mean, first of all, you left Yellowstone, which in my opinion right now is probably the best show on television at the moment. And I was like, and Kevin Costner's character, John Dutton, was one of my favorite characters.
He's a great character.
Him and Rip, man. Rip's awesome.
Yep.
I love Rip.
Yep. Love Rip.
And of course Beth's amazing. But anyway, so I watched it. Brendan and I watched it, and it is such a long movie. There are just so many different plot lines going on, so many different storylines, and I was like, why didn't they just do this? Because it's a 3-part movie too. There's going to be 2 more parts to this thing.
Mhm.
It's going to be a trilogy. And I'm like, why didn't they just turn this into a TV series? Because I think it would have worked a lot better, much more betterer. Cheers.
There you go.
So I was just wondering if it was something similar to that. My feelings on
Yeah.
that.
And so we watched that this week. We also I watched a chick flick with my wife. With what's his name? Zac Efron. And now I can't remember the name of it, but it was with what's her name? Anyway, it was a fun movie. I got to figure that out and stuff. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 or anything. I mentioned
Obviously.
I know. Nicole Kidman. There it goes. Nicole Kidman was in it, and it's all in all family, a family affair. I think is what it's called. And it's actually a fun chick flick.
TV show.
Huh? I think it is too.
Brenda's asking about my name.
Yeah. Where's your name?
Yeah, I know it's not on there. We were trying to figure that out before we went live, and we couldn't figure out why my name's not on there. So, if you don't know my name by now, it's Michael.
is Michael. Yeah, I don't know. We were trying to figure it out, Brenda. So here is so here is
Here's Megan.
There's Megan. Hi, Megan. That's the one I want. So here, A Family Affair. This is the one. It's a comedy romance with Zac Efron. It was a cute movie. IMDb gives it 5.3 out of 10. I give it a good 7 out of 10 for a chick flick or a romantic comedy kind of a thing. It did have some good funny parts out that I laughed out loud. So, it was fun. Little interesting kind of a thing. But it was good. So there's that. And then, excuse me. Sorry. And then, I had one other thing and I lost it. See, this is why I should write things down, everybody, and stuff. So, cause it's a bummer getting, but we were watching Netflix. Oh, I wanted to update on, I've been continuing to watch.
The penguin climbed back on the, iceberg. We haven't used that one in a while.
We have not.
So your penguin had fell off the iceberg. He swum around the iceberg.
Yes. And now I'm about to lose him again because you're, no, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. No, Skeleton Crew. I've been continually to watch Skeleton Crew. And I haven't continued yet. I mean, I'm not, not that I didn't want to, I do, I'm going to, because we said we were going to do a show ending, recap. Show recap of the entire series. Yep. So we've got, I think we've got 2 more.
How are you? I think so. How are you enjoying it?
I'll put it to you this way. I want to tune in each week to see the next episode.
Oh, that's good. Good. All right, cool.
In this last
I've just been busy. So.
The one episode that came out this week, I was like, yeah, this is great. This is Goonies. I mean, it's
nice.
It
sounds like we're getting some treasure hunting, maybe.
It's interesting. I'm not going to say anything. All right. But I will say this: so far, I have not Steven skipped anything in them, and I look forward to the next episode. And I cannot say that. I couldn't say that for Acolyte because that actually made me so mad I killed my subscription. Then Andor was Steven skips all over the place because it moves so slow for me. We talked about that.
We got Andor season 2 coming out.
I know, I don't get that, but okay.
Well, They said they were going to do 2 seasons of Andor, and considering we did not get K2SO, I want a second season because I want K2SO, and I've heard he's going to come into it. So hopefully we find out how Andor comes across K2SO and how he does the reprogramming and all that stuff. See, that's the story I want. And I'm excited about that. So if we get that could redeem Andor. And from what I understand, Andor, each episode of season 2 is going to be like a year in the life of him, of Cassian. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. And hopefully it moves a lot faster considering you're getting a year of his life each episode. I would say that's going to move a lot faster than what season 1 did, which will make me happy.
Yeah. What else did we watch recently? We watched something else recently, and it was the whole thing of this could have been just a movie. You know what I mean? That they're breaking up things. It's like, oh my gosh, you're making this so drawn out, kind of a thing. And I get it. It's a marketing thing or, whatever, get views and minutes and stats and all that. But that was my concern with Andor. But with Skeleton Crew, I don't feel that whatsoever.
Gotcha. Okay.
I know. So I'm looking forward to us doing our recap of that. So that's in January. Everybody, by the way, stay tuned next week or look for the next episode if this is past January 2025. Nosferatu, we are doing next week, and I'm hearing good things about it. So
I'm excited about this one. It looks good.
Yeah. Are you going to watch the old one this week before you watch the new one?
Well, now that you said that, I guess I have to.
No, you don't have to.
I hadn't thought about it, but I mean, might as well. Won't hurt anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you say old one, which one? Because there's several of them out there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go to the original, that one is that one's a silent film, the original one. Very, very first one. And I don't even know if you can find that. I think
1922 film.
Yeah, I think so.
It's on Amazon. You can watch it on where to watch. You can watch on Amazon, YouTube, Philo for free, Tubi for free, Pluto for free, Sling for free. It is on the Roku channel for free, Crackle for free, Fandango at home for free, Plex for free.
Well, I got Plex because I got that for V.
I know. Right. Right.
Now, does it say if it's a silent film or not? Because I thought it was.
Max Schreck as Count Orlok. Oh, Max Schreck.
That's
why
funny,
is that,
Max Schreck.
Why does that name sound so familiar?
Max Schreck was the quote unquote bad guy in Batman Returns.
Maybe it was an homage.
Might be. I don't know.
Oh, then there was Shadow of the Vampire that Max Schreck was in, and so was William Dafoe. Nosferatu. Man, I wonder how many Nosferatu ones there are. Nosferatu.
I told you there's a lot.
Film list.
What'd you find,
Megan? I didn't realize Johnny Depp's daughter was in this.
Oh, in the new one? Okay, cool.
Oh, and Bill Skarsgård.
You didn't realize it was Bill Skarsgård? I knew that.
No, if
I knew that. He's playing Nosferatu. He's playing the vampire.
Count Orlok.
Didn't notice I saw it.
Yep, he's Count Dracula.
The hard part is Nicholas Hoult is in here, and Nicholas Hoult I just gonna remember forever as Renfield.
As what?
Renfield. He played Renfield.
Oh,
already doing it in one Dracula movie. Now he's in another one. Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it. In the one coming up. So everybody, we'll talk more about it. I'm sorry, I derailed us there for a little bit. So Nosferatu's coming. Next
Squirrel.
We're going to talk about it. Yes. Squirrel.
And then after that, we've got our crossover with Three Geeky Dads and Nerdery and Murdery on the TV series.
Yeah, when is that? Yeah, we record everybody soon after that. So,
yeah, we won't be doing that one live. I don't think.
That's correct.
I think we're recording that and then we're releasing it a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
So, so we'll figure out what our live episode is for November 12th. Or if we're doing it, or not November, oh gosh. I don't even know what month it is. January.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind here.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay. All right.
All right. Are we ready for it?
Yeah, let's do this.
It's time for the main. All right, everybody, here we go. We're starting off Deadpool. This is Deadpool number 7 that came out in 2018. And we are going to talk about this comic. Now, should we give an overview? Do you want to do the overview for this one? How should we do the overview? Or we just talk about it? Or I guess technically there's no really spoilery stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're worried about spoilers or not. If you're worried about spoilers, pause now, go into the Marvel app or go down to your comic book store, pick up Deadpool number 7 from 2018, read it. We'll wait. Okay, now we're back. So there. There you have it. There you are. So this comic book, I love how this starts, because this starts with several children waking up on Christmas morning, and they get nothing, zilch, zip, nada. And these kids are upset. They are angry. Right. And they are so mad that they go to Deadpool, the mercenary, the merc with a mouth. And they say, "Hey, Deadpool, we want you to take out Santa Claus."
Yeah.
And Deadpool's reaction is freaking hilarious. I love it. I love the way this book begins.
We'll walk through and do the story, but the shenanigans ensue, of course, with Deadpool. Overall, for a nice, fun, Christmassy kind of comic book, what were your thoughts on this overall?
Overall, it's a fun story. It is a very fun story. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to get some fighting between Deadpool and Santa, which does not happen. I guess in a way that's a good thing.
We do get some fight with him, and there is some fighting.
All right, but not like not like I had thought was going to happen anyway.
It's kind of funny. It's one of those things where, here I am griping about movies being too long, and they're always drawn out.
Yeah, this comic could have been longer.
It could have been. Yes. I was so excited for it. And when things started happening, I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of fun." It definitely could have been longer to make it much more betterer.
Cheers. Yeah. So that's my only complaint about this issue was I thought the story was too short.
Yes.
In fact, I
quick
think,
read. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, if you want a quick read and you want a fun Christmas story, I say read this. This is really good. But I think they could have extended this story out and made it at least a two-parter and made it a little bit longer and more fun. Kind of like the Silent Night series that we did last week. Excuse me, with Batman. That was 4 issues long, and I thought that was perfect. I thought it was perfect for what it was, and this one, it's just too short. So that's my only complaint. Other than that, man, I would give this probably a 9 out of 10, and I only take the 1 off because I think it's too short.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I'm the same way. I thought it was too short. I guess that's good storytelling. I mean, I should give it, it was a good story. It could have been fleshed out more, because I thought it ended abruptly, realistically, like, oh, now we're really going to get it. Now we're really going to get some action. And I don't want to spoil that just yet till we get to spoilerific territory. But I don't know how else to say it. I mean, I was like, oh, cool. Now here's the real bad guy. And then, ta-da, it's over. And I was like, well, that's Deadpool for you, kind of a thing. So it is good.
Mercenary.
Yeah, that's true. I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
8? Okay. All right.
8 out of 10 busted Santa Claus knees.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Okay. I'll get to that in a minute, everybody.
I like that. That's a good choice. Okay. Cool.
Anyway, if
I almost used the cover as our thumbnail, but I went with the scrawny Santa in the underwear because I thought it was funnier.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. So now we're going to head into spoilerific territory and kind of walk through the comic just ever so briefly, kind of a thing. We're not going to go to each and every panel, but we are going to, how shall I say? We are going to bring out highlight. Yes. Let's do our highlights and stuff. So as Mike said, it was Christmas morning. The kids get up. And there's nothing under the tree. And I love this picture of this girl's face.
Yeah, that's great.
she's all
That's one
mad.
pissed off little kid.
Right. And then for the record, everybody, what happens is that she's not the only one. And
Right.
it's so, it seems like everybody knows where his hideout is.
Where
which this-
Deadpool.
yeah, but this scene made me do a callback to myself on when we saw Deadpool versus Wolverine. And there's that scene of the street. And then, I mean, granted, this is inside a mall, but it still looked like, I wonder if that's what it was meant to be in that scene where the bus scene is that roadway near the end where he fights all the Deadpools. Deadpool fights all the other
Oh, yeah. Okay.
variant Deadpools and stuff. But before that, there's this shop that kind of explodes and sparks in the background. It made it reminisce for me of come on. There, I can't get it to come up.
There you go.
Like
There
this
you go.
this kind of a thing here. May not
Yes,
have been.
I think that was in the movie. I think something similar to that was in the movie. So that was
Yeah.
probably a callback. If you're a diehard Deadpool fan and you know the answer to this, put it in the comments because I think that's probably true.
Yeah. So all these angry mad kids come to Deadpool. And then he's like, you guys can't afford me. And then next thing you know, they dump out all this cash. And he goes, that's a ton of money. And I thought that was funny. That was one of my funny chuckle moments because I was like, how did these kids do this? And they said they were what's the word? They did not a GoFundMe, but they called it in the book a Go Pay Me kind of a thing.
Yeah. They probably couldn't use GoFundMe.
Yeah. I said, Go Pay Me. And then he's like, well, with that in mind, he's like, he goes, yes.
Yes, I will kill Santa Claus. It just blows my mind.
Yeah. So, my first thought was, maybe these kids got all this money because it was all the kids around the world. My first thought they were just being naughty kids because they didn't get anything, not even a lump of coal or whatever. That's what I first thought.
Wait a minute. Go back a couple panels where they're trying to explain to them that they didn't get anything. Okay, wait, right here. Let's see.
Once I realized I wasn't the only kid Santa stiffed, I got online and started a Go Pay Me campaign.
Go back. Yeah, that's good. I like that. I want to get to the part where he's talking about the Pez.
Oh,
here we go. Here it is.
Is this it?
Yeah. I can't see the whole screen though. There we go. Fine. You checked the stockings, but wait, no, go back. Sorry.
It's just before that, I think. There it is.
Yeah. Okay. Because he didn't bring any of your presents this year. Yes. Like none, zero, zilch. Did you check your stockings? Sometimes I forget to check the very bottom of the stocking and then find out that there's a Elsa Pez dispenser a few days later, and it's like Christmas all over again.
Yep.
The best thing about that is I freaking hear Ryan Reynolds in my head.
I did too. I was going to ask you that. I heard Ryan Reynolds.
Now,
yep.
Deadpool.
Right, he is Deadpool. I now hear him in my head if I read Deadpool.
Yep. Yep.
And I could just see him delivering that line too.
Yep. So everybody, the other fun parts of this is that he ends up going towards the North Pole, and then you learn as it's going through, you're like, hey, all right, 3 days later, I'm walking through the North Pole, and then one of the other parts of the North Pole was here he is walking, but it's also for some wacky reason the Avengers are here, and then it gives you there's a Sentinel kind of a thing, and it's like what, and then here's here's Thor and
Thor. Yeah.
Doctor Strange. And they're just sitting there talking, and he's like, "Hey, I've had too much to drink because is that Deadpool? Is that Deadpool I see out there?" Kind of a thing. And Doctor Strange is like, "Well, there's Wade Wilson. Yeah, what do you think he's here? Who knows?" And then they make this joke. Maybe somebody hired him to take out Santa. So that was the other fun part. So there are two fun parts right here at the beginning, and I just thought they were so fun. And there he is, and then he comes up to the place, and it looks like Santa's place is all in shambles. Oh my goodness! And
yeah, that's when you kind of realize, wait a minute, something is going wrong here.
Right. And my third favorite was Granny's got a shotgun. I shouldn't say Granny, but Mrs. Claus.
Now, see, this kind of reminds me of Scrooged and the night the reindeer died, because Mrs. Claus was kind of like that in Scrooge too.
Very fun. And so then he's like, so he throws his sword and it gets stuck in here. And then next thing you know, bloop, and then this scene cracked me up. what you look like from there?
It looks right out of a cartoon, man.
Right. And then it's like, all right, give me all your pieces. And she's like, what? And there's some fun banter that goes back and forth on that. And then he's like, oh, you can take care of it. And then the next thing you know, here's Santa. And then he's like,
yep,
I'm so mad at Christmas because all the elves are gone. And then you see him beer in one hand and his axe in the other, and he's like lost all this weight. So you find out Santa's depressed, and it's because.
So wait a minute. So he's got a hammer here. So that's almost like Violent Night.
Yeah, right.
What did he call what was the hammer? He named the hammer Skull Crusher.
Yeah,
Skull Crusher. So I wonder if that's Skull Crusher.
Right. It's like we're adding. We're adding to the Santa Claus myth with having a hammer. I like Skull Crusher, actually.
I do too. Skull Crusher.
I like how the Violet Night Mrs. Claus put Skull Crusher in the sleigh when they came back and stuff.
I thought you might need this.
Right. I was like, well, it's a little late now. We're talking about Violent Night, everybody. That's on my Christmas. That and Die Hard are my two Christmas movies I watch every year now.
We did watch Violent Night this week, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, we did too. Yeah. All right, but then you find out I love this. There's chug it. It's everybody. If you're listening to the show, it's a picture of Santa drinking his big bottle that has XX on it, and he's just chugging it down.
I assume that's moonshine.
Yeah. And Santa's got a potty mouth. Cause he's so upset. And then he just wallops Deadpool and he's like, what?
With Skull Crusher.
With Skull Crusher.
I'm calling it Skull Crusher.
Yep. And so there is a fight that goes on and
all right, old man.
Yeah. And then,
oh God!
Then he puts his head back on straight.
Time to cut the chit chat. I like that. That's a good one.
Got to get to work. And then he breaks Skull Crusher in half, and then he he's fighting back, and there's a great little fight that ensues. Everybody, if you're listening, there's a quick fight, punches. It's like, man, you're so fast, and then busts his nose, and then breaks his knee.
He was pretty. He's pretty tough, even though he's malnourished, and
yeah. He just got lean.
That's all breaks.
Yeah, breaks his knee.
Yeah, okay. He's still.
Yeah. And then they stop fighting. Then he explains to him the whole story. He's like, I can't kill Santa Claus. I can't do it. kind of a thing. So I thought that was funny. And then tells them a story about an elf. The head elf got greedy, and then I'm going to do it on my own.
Head elf's name is Jingle.
Yep. And then down with Santa, led a revolt. And then they go to work for this little company, Roxxon Toys. And so they go there,
Right.
and then you find out that the head elf was mean to the other elves, kind of a thing.
Well, the funny thing is the head elf basically created a coup against Santa Claus with the other elves, convincing the other elves that basically Santa was enslaving them. And then he really turns around and does the exact same thing that he's accusing Santa.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. and yeah, so the elves kind of are now against him.
Yep. And then who comes in? Dun, dun, dun.
So
With a
Deadpool
superhero.
decides, at this point, Deadpool decides, well, okay, since this really wasn't Santa's fault, and the kids actually wanted me to take out whoever was responsible for them not having Christmas, he felt it was appropriate to go take out Tinsel instead of killing Santa.
Yep. And then ta-da, ta-da. And then
So
more
Deadpool
shooting
goes after. Yeah, apparently Tinsel has all these
guards.
They almost look like Nazi stormtrooper guards.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love this. He goes, drop your weapons or I'll blow our brains out, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it's such a great.
Yep. And so there it ends real quick. And then this scene is like, ooh,
that's gross. So those of you who are listening at home, he blows Tinsel's head off, and brain matter
the
is all
remnants, gray matter.
yeah,
yes,
the remnants of brain matters all over the place.
Yep.
It's a pretty gross scene.
Yep.
And then we get Santa Claus thanking
Deadpool and being
wait,
rude.
go back. But you're gonna have to find an elf. Okay, never mind. I was wondering, there's something said about taking him off the naughty list or something like that.
Yeah, that's what that is. He says, "Thank you, Wade. I may have to move you from the naughty to the nice list." And then he's like, "Right now, there's only a special toy I need, and it's going to be a special elf needs to make it if you catch my drift." I'm like, "Yeah, let's just keep moving." And now he's got all these toys to deliver. Why don't I help you? And all. And then I got to borrow your ride. And next thing you know, he's just throwing them out on the street, blowing up cars, and
throwing the presents out in the streets and stuff. That is so funny.
Yeah, yeah. And
Deadpool ain't got time for jump. Deadpool ain't got time for sliding down no chimneys or nothing.
That is correct. So there's just a walkthrough. That was pretty quick. So that's kind of funny. I mean, it is a quick thing. I would love to see more of the fight between the two of them, between Santa and Deadpool, and then more of a big Roxxon Industries fight, kind of a thing. Because it wasn't like 2 panels. That was it. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it should have been almost set up like a video game where he had to go through some levels.
Yes. The big boss. You got the mid-level boss, and now you got the big boss.
Right. Yeah. And like Tinsel, he should have had some big, huge bodyguard or something that Deadpool had to go through to get to Tinsel. It's okay that he takes out Tinsel in like one panel. It's fine. But there needed to be, some something to get to Tinsel, and it just didn't feel there was enough of that. So yeah,
it was great. So anyway, there's the Scoopity Doopity on the show. It was a good read. It was fun. I'm glad you picked that out. It was quick, easy, fun loving. Yes, it's Deadpool. It's not over the top Deadpool like you would like after watching Deadpool versus Wolverine. I think that's my benchmark now.
I didn't think it was too. Yeah, I didn't think it was too Deadpool-ish.
Yeah.
There's some cursing, but of course they're comic book cursing, so all the
Right.
words are, you implant whatever word you think it is, and so on and so forth. So it's
Yes.
censored. We'll say that.
Censored pool. That's funny.
Somehow I think Ryan Reynolds wouldn't go for censored pool.
Right. That's
This
true.
is nice.
So,
But I gotta say, I started reading it, and I don't read Deadpool, so I've only read a few Deadpool comics. Not that there's anything wrong with Deadpool. It's not my comic to read. Yeah, and time is an issue. So I'm very selective about my comic books, which I do have some that I'm frequenting. But anyway, I started reading this, and immediately I heard Ryan Reynolds' voice in my head as soon as I read it. I was like, oh my gosh. And a few of those lines I could just picture him actually saying on the big screen, So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yep. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think of what's coming up for us to let everybody know. We are slated to do Nosferatu next week. The next week after that, Invincible Season 2 on the 11th. And then...
Oh, shoot. I got to get a hold of Tom.
Tom Hutchison.
Yeah.
If you could,
yeah, and I got to watch it too.
Yeah. Then we got Skeleton Crew on the 18th. And then on January 18th. So we still got to figure out what we want to do for that next week. But we did slate doing the Short Round movie, Love Hurts. The kid who played Short Round, he's an adult now. He's got his movie, Love Hurts, coming out. So we've got that slated for Valentine's weekend kind of a thing. So
we had more planned out than I remembered.
Yeah.
It's been a busy Christmas. What can I say?
It has. And we've got bonus episodes, everybody, coming in. We're doing a wonderful crossover with Nerdery, Murdery, and Three Geeky Dads. I don't know if anyone's going to get a word in at all, because I'm sure we're going to be talking over each other and just hooping and hollering and laughing the whole time. It's going to be a wild ride. And we're talking about the
first time we've had all of them on.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had Jeff and Brian both on when we did our 200th episode last January. But that's the closest. Did Zig? I don't remember if Zig joined us for that one or not. But that's the closest we've had of a crossover between the three podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
But this time we're supposed to have everyone. So Jeff and Zig, and then Derek and
Tito,
Mark and
Brian,
Tito,
Mark
and Brian.
Yes.
So this is going to be insane, and I hope you can hear something other than us just laughing, because that might be all it is.
Right. Well, we hope everybody joins us. We'll let everybody know when those come in, and you can laugh right along with us, because it's just going to be a fabulous group, and we're all going to have a great time. All right. Anything else?
Oh, I better jump on here. So my sister said, my sister's in Alabama. I think Alabama.
Oh.
And staying with some friends, and she said Clyde says hi. So Clyde's a friend of hers. So
where's she at in Alabama? Do you remember where she's at in Alabama? Northern, mid, southern?
Oh, ask her.
I had
no clue.
For the record, I was born in Decatur, Alabama, which is North Alabama. And it's also the place where Bob Gibson's restaurant is, which is the home of the white barbecue sauce for chicken. And it's
white barbecue sauce.
Yes. All these years, and I've never told you that. Yeah, my dad tried to replicate it, and I have a recipe. and I would say, how shall I say this? I haven't perfected it yet. I've bought the Bob Gibson sauce like you get on a store shelf. It's not the same as at the restaurant because it's made fresh at the restaurant.
I'm sure.
But yeah, it's like
now Bob Gibson. You're talking in the St. Louis Cardinals pitcher, Bob Gibson, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So you say Bob Gibson and St. Louis Cardinals come.
Oh no. Bob Gibson. It was no, that restaurant was there. I mean, you figure, oh my goodness, it's been over there over 50 years. It's been there.
Bob Gibson, he was a Cardinal 50 years ago.
Restaurant. Let's see. Bob Gibson Restaurant, Decatur, Alabama. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think it is.
Oh, she responded.
Oh, what'd she say?
So they are mid-Alabama.
Wetumpka. Okay.
Here, I'll let you answer this question. Whoops.
Clyde's asking if we make money on our podcast. We ask for others to help us pay for the stuff that we have to do, but we don't make money. No.
Clyde, if you'd like to make a donation, though,
right?
You can always go on Ko-fi and make a donation to us on Ko-fi. So.
Speaking of which, we'll put that up on the screen. Our website is ko-fi.com/2geeks, the number 2 GEEKS. So yeah, no, great question. No, we don't, but it's, and we have people that help chip in so that we can do it. And we just have a great time. We've met, people all over the world. And Mike, that's what I was trying to give you kudos for, because you set up all those making the ask of different people all over the world that I never would have thought would be on the show. I mean, even Eric July has been on the show from Ripaverse, and I think that's why we really enjoy that. We've had, oh my goodness,
John Jackson Miller.
We've had John Jackson Miller on. We've had Karen Travis on. Who these are authors. For those that may not know, they're book authors who have done Star Wars stuff. We've had Mark Thompson on, who does the voice acting for many of the Star Wars books, audiobooks. And he was a hoot when we had him on, but he's a voice actor that's done like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all these others. Great guy. We've had, so the heir apparent to the Ralph McQuarrie art collection. We've had him on.
Paul Bateman. He
was fun.
Paul Bateman is kind of the third wheel of Rebel Force Radio. So he's almost the third co-host of Rebel Force Radio. Rebel Force Radio is one of my all-time favorite podcasts that I've been listening since I started listening to podcasts. And we've also had the other two hosts, Jimmy Mack and Jason Swank. They're kind of my podcast heroes, really. So,
yeah, it's been So evidently Clyde says you can make a donation to his farm.giveclydemoney.com.
Clyde.money.com.
That's funny.
This guy's funny. That's funny stuff right there.
That's good stuff right
there. I
there.
don't care who you are.
Yep. The other thing, everybody, you can check out our website at www.2geeksmic.com, 2geeksmic.com. That's the hub for everything. So you get to everything else. You get to our Ko-fi page from there. You can go to our merch page from there. Our also what's coming up schedule is on there. If Steven can keep up with it like he should. And so, we also have our podcast is on there where you can listen to it straight from there from a Podbean, app inside of it. So it's,
by the way, all of our episodes are now available again. So you can go all the way back to our very first episode, and listen to anything, any of the 254 episodes we have. So
yeah,
because we had that issue a couple weeks ago when Jeff informed me that only our last 100
100,
episodes
I
were
think you
showing
said,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, and it turned out that I had to go change the number in the RSS feed over on Podbean. I had
At
to
least it
change
was
that to 500, so it got more episodes.
nice. So everybody has access to those. If you want to reach out to us just to say, hey, connect with us or be on the show, you can go at show@twogeeksmic.com, show at the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. And, yeah, so that's all the stuff with us. Oh, we're laughing again. What's the latest? Clyde says he's willing to be interviewed.
Well, if you got something geeky to talk about,
yeah,
got a lot of guests, so
that'd be fun. Join the club. Yeah. And the other thing about having the podcast, and everybody, if you're ever thinking about doing it, I'm going to tell you, in the immortal words of Emperor Palpatine, do it. The world needs your voice. The world needs your creativity. You have something to share that, nobody else has. And that's what makes us unique with who we are with Two Geeks and a Microphone is we really just two guys we're not in this to make money. So we don't, with the opinions you're getting are ours and not bought by somebody else. Because a lot of industries out there are all about marketing, not about true, do they like it or do they not like it kind of a thing. And, so that's the cool thing about it. We just hang out, talk, and do we really care about the YouTube algorithm? Maybe at some point, just because we like talking and meeting other people. So it's not really about views as much as it is about, we really appreciate the connections that we're making with everybody. The friendships that we've developed over the last couple of years, is worth far more than if we're making money. Oh yeah. And to Brenda's, we do stuff for the podcast. We do our best not to talk about it during the week or something and say, we save it for the show. We really try to do that. They did drive through Decatur. Nice. Yep. That's where I grew up, was Decatur, Alabama. Well, until I turned 7, then we moved to Fort Worth, Texas. But, that's the rest of the Boster clan is most of the Boster clan. Not all of them are down there. Actually their beekeeping is kind of geeky. Oh, if you want to do beekeeping, we may have to have a special show just for that. Michelle's like, I want to start one. Do it. You've got cost, Podbean cost us $109 a year. We do the yearly plan for it, and it's worth every penny. We do like Podbean, though. We do like Podbean. We've
been using that since the beginning, and the beginning was January 15th of 2021.
So 3 years. 3 years. So we're finishing up almost 3 years.
Yeah, we're finishing up 3 years, heading into our fourth
year. Wow.
4 years of podcasting.
Yeah, you think we'd have more followers by now. No, I'm just teasing everybody. We don't care about that. But the people who we have met, I mean, we've met guys on Twitch. We have some Twitch folks that are just absolute, just gold that we've had on the show. The people that we've met, the sincerity of everybody. It's not, we're just doing it for the fun of it and love it. I mean, come on, we had Chris Mott on, and you've been on his show.
Chris Mott's great.
He's a great guy. If you don't know Chris Mott, everybody, he did some fan documentaries, and they're really good. They are really good.
He actually went to Tunisia, where he went to more than Tunisia. He went to also the Redwood Forest in California. He went to some of the filming sites of Star Wars, and he had brought back a whole bunch of sand from Tunisia. Now, this was a long time ago. This is probably 10 years plus when he did the first documentary. What is it, The Force Among Us? And he actually, if you they didn't really have a GoFundMe. I don't know how he did it. I'm not sure exactly how he worked that, but I guess if you pre-ordered the movie, you got like a vial of Indonesian sand. So you got Tatooine
That's
sand.
awesome. I had no idea about that. That is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know how he got all that sand back with him, though.
Oh, it's because it gets everywhere.
Nice. I hate sand. It's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
One of the most quoted lines in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Only because it's one of the worst.
Yeah. Brenda says, I love the community that you guys have created. Oh,
Yes.
clarification. I think he wants to start one. Is it he? Michelle, you're saying that Clyde wants to start one. If whatever hobby you have or whatever thing, there is an audience for it. So if you want to do one beekeeping, I'm sure you can. Yeah, I'm sure there's people who talk about beekeeping and all that. And we didn't do YouTube until we've only been doing it for what, a year and a half, maybe.
I don't know. I forget.
No. We've been doing it for 2 years because we started with Restream, and then Restream jacked up their prices, and then we went to StreamYard, and then StreamYard jacked up their prices, and now we're with EV Mux.
So EV Mux, please don't jack up your prices.
Yeah, please don't. Kind of thing, So, so our biggest expense is doing the live streaming. Having the ability to do the live streaming is our biggest expense. But other than that, I mean, we spend, I want to say we probably spend overall probably $1,000 a year is probably how much we spend. I haven't crunched the numbers lately, but by the time we have the streaming and the Podbean plus the
website, the email,
email, when you look at all that, but in the grand scheme of things, that's okay. Let's say it's $100 a month that you're spending. You spend $100 a month. That's 1 meal for two if you're going to a restaurant nowadays. How expensive it can be, kind of a thing.
That is true.
And all, or for the family. Just
man, even eating at McDonald's is expensive today.
Oh my gosh, it's like $30 for 3 people now. $35 for 3 people.
Oh, insane, dude. Taco Bell used to be the cheapest in the mall, and now it's like, it was like $35 for us to go to Taco Bell. It was crazy.
Wow.
I was like, my gosh.
Wow. Hey, by the way, you should do the app. You get really good deals through the app on Taco Bell.
I would if the 2 Taco Bells around us didn't suck, but they do.
I gotcha. Right on.
I had to drive to O'Fallon just to have a halfway decent Taco Bell.
Ooh. Gotcha.
Oh, all right. Maybe I shouldn't say that on the air. Anyway. Speaking of sponsors, though, we should probably mention Glitch. So we do have a sponsor. Well, we got a couple sponsors, but anyway, Glitch is our sponsor. So if you go onto the Glitch website, it's an energy drink. I am drinking Smurf juice this morning.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Gargamel is right. Smurfs are delicious. I always thought he was the evil one trying to eat Smurfs, but now I kind of see why. But yeah, if you go to Glitch's website, you put in our code 2geeks. That's the number 2 GEEKS.
Yep.
They'll throw us a shekel too and give you a little bit off of your purchase.
Yep.
And like Steven always says, they always are running specials there. So if they don't have a special running, we'd really appreciate it if you throw in our code, but right.
Sometimes you can stack codes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
It doesn't always work, but I know that sometimes you can.
So give that a try. Stack the codes, put ours in there, and whatever code they got of the month or whatever. Because like I said, they're always running deals over there, and they're always coming out with new flavors. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they do it either.
Every time I turn around, they got a new flavor. It's like, what is this one?
That's like,
crazy.
What?
But you can get the sample pack over there and try them out. That's a good way to do it. So
All right. Well, with that, thanks everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's been a great show today. We're just talking, hanging out like we've done since the beginning. So, here.
Yeah.
We got a quick shout out.
Angie.
Angie says, hey, wish Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Angie. Yay. She's in south of Missouri, I would assume is what it is. Oh, and Clyde is the one who wants to start one. We encourage you to do it.
Gotcha.
And all. You could just do YouTube. If you just want to stream only on YouTube, I think there's the way to do that where you just want to do that. But we do Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble right now. And all.
And speaking of Facebook, so make sure and go and like and subscribe to us on Facebook. Not only Facebook, but YouTube or Rumble for that matter, or Twitch for that matter, or YouTube. And if you subscribe to us on YouTube, make sure and give us a thumbs up, because supposedly the algorithm likes that stuff. And watch for announcements on YouTube. I try to make funny memes or put funny memes up, or any announcements about upcoming shows, such as when we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest, because I don't like math. All right. I got my spew in.
Okay. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Well, that's all I got. So everybody, thanks for joining us. Please check out the website and check out our shorts. We're testing a new framework, and we're trying to do some shorts, YouTube shorts as well. So that's been kind of fun. So
we got to do some new ones of that.
Yes.
We haven't done it in a couple weeks, so we're hey, I blame it on Christmas. Okay.
Hey, we're learning too,
well,
and that's
there is that.
Yeah, authenticity. We're just hanging out and enjoying it, having a great time with everybody. So thank you for joining us.
All right. So with that said, please do not skip this episode, because we are much more better than the rest. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
may the force be with you.